Okay, so we are going to look at the words from Yellow Sort 39, and today we are looking at the hard and soft sounds of the letters C and G. Okay, so you might be thinking, what is the hard and soft sound? So the hard sound is the letter you would have first learnt when you were learning what these sounds said in words when you were little. So you would have learnt in kinder or year one that this letter said K. So I'm actually going to make the kicking K. That's its hard sound. Okay, I'm going to put a big strong arrow because that's a nice hard arrow. K. So K for cat. This one has a hard sound, and that hard sound is G. Okay, so I'm actually just going to use the G because that's sort of how we know that sound. So when you would have done get, G, E, T, get, that's its hard sound. Okay, now we actually have a soft sound, we say in spelling. I'm going to do that with a softer line. And K can actually say S. Okay, so curly K, the letter C, can actually say K or S. So we've got this hard and soft sound, and we've got a hard G, and the letter G can also make J sound. So G is hard and J is soft. That's what we call it. Or you can think of it as its first most common sound and its second sound. So when you come across this letter in the alphabet and it's in a word, it can say G or J. When you come across the letter C, it can say K or S. So the question is, how do you know which one to use? And there's actually a great rule. So the rule is, I'm going to pull these letters down. If this letter is followed by E, I or Y, it says it's soft sound. Okay, and if it's not, if it's any of the other vowels, A, O, U, or another consonant like a H, obviously it makes a double digraph sound, so that's irrelevant, but let's test that. Okay, so we're saying if C is followed by E, I, or Y, it says S. So let's think of a word. Scent. Ah, it's saying it's S sound. What about I? What about circus? Circus. We'll look at this word circus in a minute because it's got the S and the K in it, and we'll look at why. What about cycle? Cycle. Okay, so if C, yes, yes, yes. If it's followed by E, I, or Y, it says it's S sound. So let's look at the other vowels. A, O, U. A, O, or U. Let me just check on the video. This isn't glaring out exactly what I'm writing. No, that's good. Okay, so this means if I put K in front of A, O, or U, it should say K. It's hard sound. What about cat? What about cop? Cut. Or, yeah, that'll do. Nice short word. Okay, so far this rule is holding up really beautifully. So the rule is, if the K is followed by E, I, or Y, it says it's soft sound, which is S, S, S. Okay, so let's go across, and fortunately, this is why we're teaching them together, the exact same letters apply. I'll keep them in the same order though, just to keep it catchy and you can remember it, E, I, and Y. Let's have a look at tissue, get rid of these words here. Okay, so we've got, what about gentle? Gentle. Ah, J, J, good. What about ginger? Ginger, J. What about gymnastics? Or just the gym? So far, this rule holds up beautifully as well. J, j, j. Wonderful. So let's try these words with, let's see, okay, so gull, like seagull. We've got. I'm just making these up. What's a GA word that's I can't think of one. Gander. Surely there's a better one than that. Actually, I'm just looking at your word sort here. Gander is actually a male goose. In case you wanted to know, it's just not a very common word, so it seems silly, but that does hold up, doesn't it? Gander. But let's use the word gave, because it can be its short or long vowel, so that's probably a good point to make. It doesn't just have to be an a or an a, it could be an a. G-ave. So again, we've got our hard g, g, g before our a, o, and u, and we've got our j, j, j before e, i, y. So that's the rule today. We're just learning about why in spelling we have our hard and soft sounds to these two letters C and G. So one thing I just wanted to do with you before we move on is just have a look at the word circus. Now for this rule is considered nearly always true for C, and this is more of a guide for G. So you'll have more exceptions to this rule for G, and you'll have hardly any exceptions to this rule for C. So sometimes in spelling programs they'll just teach this rule according to C because it's just so hard and fast, but I think it's helpful to learn both together because that's the E, I, Y. So let's look at the word circus. Circus, and we can see it's followed by I, so it says it's S sound, and this one's followed, is it followed by E, I, or Y? No, then it's going to make its K sound. So you can say to yourself, does it follow E, I, or Y? If the answer is yes, then it's soft, and if it's no, then it's hard. Kind of think of, you know, to say no to someone is a bit harsh, so then you can think, oh, it's going to make its harsh sound. So you ask the question, is C or G followed by E, I, or Y? That's the question. Is my C followed by E, I, or Y? No, then it's going to be your hard sound. If it's your E, I, or Y is yes, then it's going to be the soft sound. So no and yes to the question, is my letter followed by E, I, or Y? Okay, so let's go through your word sort. It should be a pretty easy word sort because it's such obvious categories that we're going to be putting your words into. So we're going to go C and C, but we're going to go hard and soft, and we're going to go G and G, hard and soft. So we'll do K, because that's its hard sound, hard, I'm going to put up at the top, soft. So that's, just check it's not glaring out. It is. I'm going to pull that a bit lower because then you won't be able to see it. So I'll rewrite those. Okay, so we've got hard C, which is K. We've got soft C, which is S. We've got hard G, which is G. And soft G, which is J. Whoop. J. Okay, so let's have a look at the words for this sort. So we've got city is our first word, so we answer the question. We can do that as we do. Is the letter C followed by E, I, or Y in the word city? The answer is yes, so we go soft. So it makes it S sound. Remember, if we answer yes, we go the soft sound. Okay, I might just use my blue text to put a heading line across there, just to make it visually a bit clearer. Okay, so our next word is card. So card, is the letter C followed by E, I, or Y? The answer is no. Remember, no is harsh, so we go to the hard sound. We say card. Giant. 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 Is it followed by E, I or Y? Yes. Then it's going to make this J sound. Giant. Gave. Is it followed by E, I or Y? No. So we go for the hard G. Gave. Okay. Cease is followed by E, I or Y. Let me scoot to another one. Sell is followed by E, I or Y. Sent is followed by E, I or Y. So you can see if you're answering yes, it goes in the soft column. Let's go back up here. Guilt. E, I or Y? No. So it goes here. Gem. E, I or Y? Yes. Then it goes into the soft column. Gym. Yes. Gym. Golf? No. Goose? No. So we've got our g, 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 g sounds here and our j, j, j sounds here. Cart. Let's go back over here. No, that's not E, I or Y. So we go cart. We've got cub. That's not E, I or Y. We've got calf, the baby cow. That's not E, I or Y. And we've got circle. Is that E, I or Y? Yes, it is. Circle's a good one because it's actually got a second hard K in it because it's not followed by E, I or Y, and so does centre. Now, please take note. In fact, I'll probably fix it up on your sheet so you won't have to worry about that. It's got the American spelling, but of course we spell centre with the R-E, so take note of that. If you ever see it written with the E-R, that's not how we spell it in Australia. We spell it with the R-E. Okay, now I think there's a few words missing. Let's see. We've got golf, goose, cart. Guess. Is guess E, I or Y? No, then it's hard. Guess. Cell cub, germ. E, I or Y, yes. Guessed. We've got, that can go here, same as guess. Sent, we have. Calf, we have. Guide, we have here. G, it's not E, I or Y. Gist, that's a funny word. That has got an I, so it goes here. Have you got the gist of this rule? Sort of means have you got the idea of something? We've got circle and centre. So that's your word sort complete, and we have no oddballs, and that shows you that this rule is a very strong rule in spelling. So really worth your while remembering this E-I-Y rule. If it's followed by E-I or Y, it goes to its soft sound, and if it's not, it goes to its hard sound. Okay, have fun with your word sort this week. Bye.